Welcome to the Last Chance Qualifier. I'm Evan Rayner. All but 2 of the 16 spots in the Madden Bowl are set, and so this tournament will decide the final pair. It's the final stop for 7 pros who are desperate to keep their season going, but even reaching this qualifier was no small feat. Here's how it works. 14 competitors have secured spots for the bowl thus far. Bids were locked up by finishing within the top 2 or top 4 amongst the first 3 majors during the Madden 20 season of the Madden Championship Series. 6 additional bids were wrapped up based on rankings on the MCS points leaderboard. For those that didn't punch their tickets, the LCQ is a backdoor to the bowl. The qualifying process began last January, with hundreds of players competing in online ladder play, whittling the field to 128. Those players competed in a double elimination tournament, grouping the top 64 players on Xbox together and the top 64 playing on PS4 in their own bracket. And that brings us here to the LCQ's final weekend. 4 players have advanced on Xbox and 4 from PS4. Only 2 competitors can advance to the bowl. Each competitor to advance to the bowl also secures $5,000. Once qualifying for the bowl is complete, the Xbox winner faces the winner from PS4 in a match to determine final seeding in the Madden Bowl. The winner of that seeding match secures more favorable placement in the bowl and an additional $1,000. Clearly, there's plenty on the line here at the LCQ. Competing for the first spot in the Madden Bowl are the Xbox Final 4, all from the same crew, TNC. Decroft, who represented the Seahawks at the club championship this past December, enjoys the easiest path as he awaits the winner of the losers final. The first match of the day is the losers semifinal between Justin and Fancy. Only one will stick around. On Justin's first drive, Fancy sees an opportunity.
Dropping back on 2nd and 10, it's Eli Manning and throws it over there. That one's picked off. We're going the other way. Adrian Amos with the pick, and just like that, early game, Fancy with a quick turnover.
Fancy's offense stalls, and he's forced to punt. But late in the second quarter, at nearly the same position on the field, he steps up on defense again.
Big 3rd down here with only 2 minutes left in the half. We haven't even seen a touchdown in this tournament, any points whatsoever. 3rd and 8, looking over the middle of the field. That's picked off by Taylor Mays. Justin with a little fist pump because he knew that he made a mistake. He can't believe that he's going to give up the first touchdown on the defensive side of the ball. Fancy to the house.
After Justin throws his 3rd pick of the first half, 2 plays later, Fancy shows he can dominate on both sides of the ball.
It's really all about preparation for the TNC crew, and that's why they're all here. Left side, that's Hollywood Brown, and you gotta have somebody on Hollywood Brown. Touchdown for Fancy. He opens up a 2-score lead.
And Fancy never looks back. He keeps a tight lid on the game in the second half and books his trip to the losers final against J-Wall.
The game is over. The fat lady has sung. Fancy's gonna move on.
So that set up another knockout game in the losers final between Fancy and J-Wall. 2 players who know each other very well. And early on, J-Wall strikes first.
Doesn't matter how much speed you have when your offensive line blocks like that. First touchdown on the board for J-Wall.
Late in the first half, Fancy drives all the way to inside the 5-yard line. After getting stuffed at the goal line on 3rd down, it's decision time.
Here we go, 4th and goal, and it's really 4th and about 8 inches. It is inside that 1-yard line. He's using that entire play clock. He gets stopped, doesn't want to give the ball back with too much time. Play clock down to 2. Manning hands it to Johnson, and he's into the end zone. The Titan legend is able to finally get to the house, and he's an extra point away from tying up this loser's bracket final.
After a scoreless 3rd quarter, J-Wall breaks the tie with the running prowess of Mike Vick.
Flipping it to the left side. 5 wide receivers out there. Vick, quarterback draw right side, and he's going to walk his way into the end zone. Michael Vick showing off the wheels, the offensive line, parting the Red Sea.
Fancy gets a chance to keep his Madden Bowl hopes alive, but falls short. J-Wall moves on while Fancy's recent string of success in Madden comes to an end.
And just like that, J-Wall, he will move on to the finals. He's got to beat Decroft twice, and we got a great battle coming up in the final.
After watching the previous 2 games, it's now Decroft's turn in the spotlight. J-Wall will have to beat him twice in order to clinch the Madden Bowl spot. Meanwhile, the unbeaten D-Croft only has to win once. Their matchup pins the top offensive player in the LCQ against the second-best defensive mind.
Let's Madden. And again, D-Croft, if he wins, it's over. He's going forward.
D-Croft begins with possession of the ball, and he holds onto it through the entire first quarter. On the 11th play of the drive and the first of the second quarter, he finds a seam.
Here is Johnson. He's going to go. Touchdown for D-Croft.
After driving the ball to the edge of the red zone on his first possession, Jay Wall looks for the equalizer and finds double coverage.
So on the 3rd and 7, Vic with protection. Slings. It is going to be picked off by Lattimore. What a big player he's been for everybody in this tournament.
Jay Wall misses a 58-yard field goal at the end of the half and goes into the break trailing 7-0.
Does he have enough? Oh, off the crossbar. How about that?
In the fourth quarter, still the same score, Jay Wall has his final shot with under 2 minutes to play. Inside his own 30-yard line, he's facing 3rd and 15.
Got Tyreek Hill pushed out to the right. John Ross tight to the line on the left. Can Vic find anybody? Pocket collapsing. Vic is down. It's Peppers again. Ball comes loose as well. And King picks it up. D-Croft moving on.
And just like that, D-Croft books his ticket to the Madden Bowl.
It's definitely a great thing to be able to accomplish Madden Bowl. You know, that's what basically everybody's striving for. You know, this is the biggest tournament in terms of the quality of it. So it's definitely everybody's something striving to be there. So it's great to be in it. But really, if I don't make a deep run and then end up winning that tournament, for me, it's going to still not feel like enough for me.
Coming up later, we take a look at how D-Croft's momentum carried him at the Madden Bowl against number 2 seed Henry. But first, all eyes are on Pavan, the Madden 19 Club Championship winner, who just missed out on qualifying for the Madden Bowl earlier this season. Can he book a trip to the season's final major? Stay with us for the Madden Bowl Last Chance Qualifier. It's the last day of the Last Chance Qualifier. And that means it is literally the last chance for a Madden competitive superstar like Pavan to make the Madden Bowl. Can he do it? We'll find out shortly. Pavan is no stranger to high-level competition. But so far, the Madden NFL 20 season has been below his expectations, having only qualified for one major. But all that would be forgotten if he could join D-Croft as the second Last Chance Qualifier. With only 3 players on the PlayStation side of the bracket, Pavan would have to win once to get into the championship game, where he'd face Golden. Then, he'd have to win back-to-back games to qualify for the Madden Bowl. First up for Pavan was Yardstick, a physician's assistant, who took the weekend off to play in the tournament.
I know a little bit about Yardstick. He's going to try to run the ball. If he's not able to get the run game going, he's probably going to be in a world of hurt because I know Pavan's really confident on offense right now. So if he's able to score some touchdowns with his running back, I think that he could stick around in this game. But if he's not able to get 7s, I think this game could get out of hand.
You know, a physician assistant or a male nurse, it really don't matter. At the end of the day, he got on a lab coat. I'm going to call him a doctor. The point is, he got a full-time job, and he going against a full-time Madden Pro player. I don't think he should have a shot. I mean, Pavan won the belt, you know, just last year in the club, so definitely he shouldn't have a shot. He may say I'm being disrespectful, but hey, you just going to have to show me.
If you're a college football fan, this is like Alabama versus Boise State. And look, Boise State is good. They make bowl games every year, but how do they compare when they go up against your Division I powerhouse? And that's exactly what Pavan is. He's a powerhouse as we have a fumble on the kickoff.
Yardstick retains possession, but goes on to punt. His offense is slow out of the blocks, but his defense fills the gap, forcing Pavan to punt on his first drive. Late in the first half, Pavan shows some life on offense. After getting the ball to the 2-yard line, Pavan has a crunch decision. He didn't bring a running back to this competition, so outside of Michael Vick, he has to rely on his converted tight end to fullback, Kellen Winslow.
Does Yardstick have some run defense? Not a whole lot of running from Pavan. Usually, he hands it to Winslow, and Winslow's going to bully his way into the end zone. Lower the shoulder and find the end zone, big fella.
After forcing Pavan to punt on his first possession of the second half, Yardstick drives the ball down the field. He reaches the 8-yard line, first with an opportunity to tie the game, but his momentum slows. Then, Barry Sanders takes it inside the 5, but he's stopped there on 3rd down.
Yardstick sticking with it. Hands it off. Barry Sanders nowhere to go right side. 4th and goal, TD decision time.
Yeah, I think he's going to take his 3. He's got you can't really go for this. He doesn't have the passing attack to do so. Pavan comes up huge, holding him 3. Big stop right there for Pavan.
And that's as close as Yardstick would get. After holding Pavan to a punt, Yardstick approaches midfield and elects to air it out.
Sanders at the top of the eye, play action, quick throw right side. There are too many guys over there, and one of them's in a black jersey. That's Tracy Porter. He had a major interception in Super Bowl 44, and he has a big one here for Pavan.
Pavan tacks on a field goal with 27 seconds left, icing the game. Pavan advances to face Golden. Coming from the loser's bracket, he'll have to win not once, but twice.
Underway, and the kick will go to Pavan.
Pavan's offense never really got started against Yardstick, but he wastes no time against Golden. After an opening 9-yard gain to Torrey Holt, Pavan lets it fly.
Second play, come on!
Does he have him right away? Lattimore in coverage, couldn't get there. It's Josh Cribbs instead. Cribbs to the crib, right away for Pavan.
Pavan tacks on a field goal to make it 10-0 in the second quarter. But then, Golden springs to life. After converting a 4th down in his own territory, he marches down the field as time ticks off the clock. With under 15 seconds in the half, Golden's Michael Vick finds John Ross on a post route.
Time-consuming, clock-spinning drive here would be demoralizing to only get 3. How about 6 instead? He's got John Ross. It's a touchdown.
Golden gets the ball first in the second half, but his momentum stalls. After he punts, Pavan catches him off guard with a run to Winslow.
Again, it's the same thing. He's caught him sleeping. He's not in his coverage for defense. Great job by Pavan by going no huddle. He didn't want to waste a timeout, and he scored 7.
Golden adds a field goal to cut the deficit to 1 possession. But Pavan's next drive eats up the clock. Deep into the 4th quarter, he marches down the field with little resistance, and once again gives to Winslow.
Winner of this game, if it is Pavan, all that means is there's a reset, and there will be game 2 between these guys. It's looking like it's going to happen. Kellen Winslow into the end zone.
For a consistent passer like Pavan, his go-to Winslow option was a surprise move, but it proves to be the winning one as he holds on after a late touchdown from Golden.
Golden can seal it, but the first things first, he's got to get the onside kick. It doesn't happen, so Pavan is going to force the reset game.
So after winning his first 2 games, Pavan has to do it all over versus Golden. The winner earns the final 16th spot in the Madden Bowl. After a field goal and an interception, Pavan is once again driving against Golden. But this time, his fullback dive to Kellen Winslow is stopped on 3rd and goal, leading him to a pivotal decision.
Torrey Holt, the man in motion, going tighter to the line. Winslow dragged down shy of the goal line, inches shy.
Big stop right there. Shout out to Golden for not coming out in a freaking 1DT and everyone else is a DB on your field. He actually came out in a run-stopping formation as he has this game. He stuffed him. He's going for it. Oh, gosh, okay.
Inside the 1-yard line, Skimbo. Obviously the play of the tournament so far. Pavan,
This is huge.
Right near the goal line here.
Is he really going to snap this ball?
Winslow!
He is, and it's Winslow who marches forward with the touchdown for Pavan.
In their first game, Golden answered at the end of the first half, so he has the same thing in mind as the clock runs under a minute to play.
Ooh, is that in or out? That's a pick for Ed Reed.
Pavan doesn't rest, going for a knockout blow. He completes pass after pass, setting up this time to Torrey Holt.
Tell him he can't do something, he'll do it, and he does it here to Torrey Holt.
Just forget it. He went for the kill shot right there. 17 zip going in the half. Huge play, corner route, post route. Solo guy was on a post. Just too many routes to guard with one user. And Golden, I don't even know where he went.
5 plays, 72 yards, and 18 seconds. Pavan enters halftime on a high, and in the second half, he keeps Golden safely at bay. With a show-stopping 27-0 victory, Pavan is headed back to the Madden Bowl.
Well, pull up a chair, Pavan. You've got the last seat at the table for this year's Madden Bowl. Congratulations.